I'm chilling, messing with the car, right? Out of nowhere, I turn this way. I turn back this way. Boom! This man then flipped off the quad, four-wheeler, ATV, whatever you want to have it. I don't know what happened. I just heard, and then boom. It said, skirt, skirt. That man said, doop, doop. I seen blood fly. Doop. Flipped again. Flipped again. I'm like, ooh. 911. You can take one little right spot, you dead. You know what I'm saying? Anything. So, I walk down there. This man leaking. He got a gas right here, a gas right here, a gas right here, a gas back here, another one over here. And he landed on the bird. So I thought the blood that was leaking out was from the bird. When I seen the wing, I'm like, oh, he just smashed the bird. Then I looked closely. I told him, like, hey, bro, you landed on the bird. I don't know if you killed it or what, or if the bird was already there. So he was like, oh, he was conscious. We was talking. There was no blood on that bird. That bird been there for 5 days or something. So he moved. I see his whole skin is like gone off his. So I'm talking to the paramedics lady, like, y'all need to come get this man. You feel me? Like, his head busted open. He got blood everywhere. She like, well, what is he to you? I'm like, I don't know. I'm a neighbor. Like, I stay across the way on the other side. I just happened to see it when I took my trash cans out. Boom, he hit the little thing and flipped, and I was like, damn. So, you feel me? She like, oh, well, you're not making it. I mean, you're gonna, don't upset him if he whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm like, I'm not upsetting him. I'm talking to you. Like, we having a conversation. He's fine. He conversating with me, whoop, whoop, whoop. You know what I mean? And he asked me to get his wife and all this other shit. He told me exactly what happened. So he good. He conscious and everything. But y'all just need to hear if he got all this blood leaking. You feel me? So they're like, okay, well, just if you got like a shirt or a towel or anything, can you put it on his head? I'm like, I don't stay right here, you feel me? I stay up the street. So I'm like, I don't got nothing, you feel me? She like, well, a shirt will work. I'm like, I don't think a shirt really gonna work for him right now, you feel me? So the lady was standing there. It was a lady, she just popped out of nowhere, and she was just standing there looking at me and shit. I'm like, can you go get a towel or something? So you know what I'm saying? You trying to help out or what? She like, yeah, I go get one from the house. I stay over here, around here. He asked me to go get his wife. The other people, as soon as they came out, I'm like, hey, can y'all go get his wife? He stayed around the corner, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he stayed a couple streets, the street over. The street, boom, bam, right there. Second house. So I'm like, all right. So he send them, I send them. They come back, kids running out and shit. He like, don't let my son see. I'm like, you got a son? Cause it's a little boy running. He like, yeah, get back, Isaac. I'm like, Isaac he not here, right? He not close yet. He can't see you yet, but he like, just don't let him see it for me, please, you know. All right. So his wife come hit the corner. I'm like, she got a Scion? He like, yeah. So she hit the corner in the Scion, blocked his head was on the cement, but I guess he had a hat, because it was a hat in the middle of the street. So I just grabbed the hat and stuck it up under his head. You feel shit won't be burning up. Red patch right here on top of all the... I'm like, damn. So I put the hat up under his... Well, the paramedics, we already told him to come. They're coming. Woo, woo, just stay with them. Blah, blah, blah. Keep him alert. I'm like, he alert. You feel me? So, I'm like, all right. So his wife, you know, she's here now. So the lady come back out with the towel after 5 minutes and shit. I'm like, oh, you could get a towel to his wife because she could hold his head. I mean, I was going to do it if nobody else would have came, you feel me? But the wife pulled up right on time. So I'm like, yeah, hold this. She said put pressure on his head. Like, you feel me? Don't let go of the pressure. And, like, you got to softly lift it up to check if it's still leaking. She like, well, I can't tell. I'm like, well, just keep the towel on it. You feel me? Like, just keep the towel, keep the pressure on his wounds. Like, he got a couple right here and one right here. So just hold the towel like this on him. You feel me? Don't move. This your husband. Don't move. She like, okay, thank you. I'm like, yeah. So about 3 minutes later, the quad's still in the middle of the street. The four-wheeler is still in the middle of the street. What you gonna do with this? Like, I could take it to my house. You feel me? No, just playing. I'll push it around there because I seen where the kids came from. So I just pushed it around there for you. He like, thanks, bro. Woo, woo. Like, I appreciate you. I'm like, yeah, for sure. And then, but it was like stuck in a gear. This dude flipped off his quad. And like he flipped with the quad. Then he flipped off and rolled his damn self. Yeah, people be nosy. So anyway, like, you feel me? I I waited for the paramedics to come. They came. Didn't ask nobody. She talked for herself. And I just wanted to stay there until they put him on the gurney. Once they put him on the gurney, I'm like, all right, cool. You feel me? They finna take him away. And then I seen the police rolled up. I'm like, oh yeah, it's my cue. Like I said, I ain't got no warrants or nothing, but I don't need them to ask me who called. Oh, well, he's already gone. He seen you, and I guess he took off. I don't know. Exactly. Because he don't get in trouble, too, for riding the quad without the helmet. And on the street. So it was actually good that I pushed the quad home for him, because they would have took that. They would have repoed them up. They would have took his quad, gave him a ticket for riding without the quad. I mean, without the a license for it, a helmet on, and all that. Let me pull this around the corner. I didn't know the police was gonna come. If the police would have came, they really would have took it. I mean, if the quad was still there when the police got there, they really would. Oh, it's time. You're 40 years old, John. You don't need it. You don't know more of these quads, brother. So that's what that was. He seen my face, so like if he ever, you know, when he get out the hospital and shit, and he be outside or something with turn corners or something, I might see his face again. Like, hey, brother. He probably won't remember at the time, like, then he might drive by like, that might have been the motherfucker about who saved me, dog. No. Yeah. I'm glad I was outside. I was outside playing with my car. Y'all know me in the car, so I was out there playing with the car. And then I just put it right there. Turned this way, turned back this way. I heard the quad. Man, I heard the turn. Oh, do. Hello, hey, check it out. Homie just rolled over himself. He just rolled over like 15 times. He almost in a coma. I don't know. Y'all need to come help him like ASAP. This nigga about to die. Like, you feel me? So they came quick. Nah, he wasn't unconscious. He probably was unconscious when he first rolled and hit the ground. He was like, doom, and then he was just flat, laid out, arms laid out just like this. And I was like, oh, yeah, you feel me? And I started getting closer. I'm like, okay, his eyes open. Okay, he blinked. I'm like, hey, bro. And he's like, hey, can somebody call can you get my wife? I'm like, for wife? Yeah. I'm calling the hospital. I don't know your wife number. I'm calling 911, not 760 something. He then was rolling. Probably kicked fourth gear. Took off and he lost control. Like, because he was going like this before he turned. Before he fell, he was going whoop, boom, flipped. I'm like, oh no, oh man. Let me be good today. Let me do a good deed. Cause if not, somebody, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling who would have rolled by and just left them or called and went home and just said, oh yeah, there's a guy on the street, click, boop, you know what I mean, or whatever. So I was like, I'm gonna stay with him, you know what I mean? His head was on the cement. I put a little hat up under it so his head wouldn't get all burnt up, you know? But he was already burnt up, like he got rash. He whoosh, whoosh, when he flipped, all this was head, pow, pow, gas. I'm like, no, damn. And now I see why my wife don't want me to get one. I was just telling her, like, I'm about to give me a quad, babe. Like, you know what I mean? I be trying to get little cars and stuff. You know, I be playing with these cars and then I be selling them. But I'm like, I'm just get a quad, you know what I'm saying? Have some fun in the dirt like everybody else. That's all you hear out here. Yeah, so I'm like, I'm gonna give me one too. I just seen that. I'm cool. I don't even need one no more. I had one before. I never fell off. I did fall off of it. Did I fall off of it? No, I didn't fall off.
No.
I jumped it one time.
Jumped it like,
yeah, I jumped it one time and I was almost
you
going.
Landed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just hopped off it like, and parked it.
Yeah, he probably feeling the pain now. I'm sorry, it ain't funny, but your narration is bad. Or, you know me. So I get down there, and it was like right there in the middle of the street. Look how little. He like 7 years old. crazy part is they don't know nothing about what just happened 45 minutes ago to an hour. They were in the house. These neighbors didn't even come outside. They wouldn't be riding right now. They would have been like, I'm gonna drive a car with 4 wheels and some windows and sunroof, you feel me, with some music on that motherfucker, and I'm gonna kick back relaxing it. Matter of fact, let's go jump in the whip. Come on. I almost died right here in the middle of the street. I should go show y'all his blood on the fucking creek. Look at his kids. Let me go down there, see what happened.
I haven't called the hospital yet. I'm trying to get family.
Oh, because they won't even let you in,
They won't
huh?
let
Because of
me in with all
COVID.
the babies. But I was looking for his phone.
Oh, his phone?
Yeah, and I was like, maybe it flew into the yard or something. I don't know. We thought it was at the house because he doesn't normally take it with him.
The only thing that I seen was his hat, and I put it under his head because it was the ground was hot.
Yeah.
So I didn't see no phone though.
Yeah.
And everybody else came out pretty much after, and we was just standing there. So I didn't.
Did you tell them what you seen or whatever?
No, I just asked the lady. The one lady came out right here,
Yeah.
and as soon as she came out, the lady had told me to put a towel on the wounds and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and then he told me to go get you guys, and that's when the other people came out there.
Yeah, and somebody was at my door, and I'm like, hello.
Yeah, because I told him to go get you guys.
The cop tried to play me, man. He's like, I think you have a warrant out for your arrest. I said,
What?
I fucking had nothing.
See, that's why I walked off when he got here.
Why
I
the
knew he was
fuck
gonna
my
be some
husband's-
stupid.
And you're coming after me.
That's how they do it.
I said, you're dirty as
That's how they do it.
You're not trying to play me right now.
All
Fuck
that
of
experience from learning from my dad.
Yeah.
I could just
You
take
just
the XB and get out
Zip
of there.
it.
Yeah.
fool. Zip it.
I don't care if
But
I'm
yeah,
bumping into
like,
things.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna let me in. So I have family coming to stay with the babies, and then I can try. Like, I'm gonna call.
They not gonna let you in, but they'll let you up there, and they'll probably
Yeah.
tell you what's going on, but they're not gonna let you in.
Yeah.
'Cause of the COVID.
I talked to you over here, and I told the kids to go inside, and I'm like, oh hell no. And then he tells me stand by the front. I said, fuck
Yeah, I'm out of here.
no. I'm like. Then he was like, oh, it must be another one with a different middle name, and I was like, yeah, it must be, because
It ain't me.
it ain't me. I know that shit. I ain't never been caught for nothing.
Man,
So you better keep going with that.
that's
But
crazy.
yeah, they took pictures of the bike and everything. I told the owner, he just lives right there. So.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, dude, this is here, baby.
Yeah. You Isaac, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't want you to see him. He was like, oh.
Yeah, and they started coming, and I'm like, no, go back.
Because I'm telling them, go to the house before I really get mad and blow up on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
And then they're arguing with me as we're walking. I'm like, can both of you shut up for a minute? I just need a break.
Man, yeah.
Yeah. So.
I hope it all goes easy. You're gonna be all right, though.
Thank you so much for everything.
I was taking the trash cans out, and I seen him, like, he lost control, and then it just flipped, and he rolled with the quad. I was like, damn.
Oh, fuck,
and then
he
was
didn't
just,
even get off of it? Like,
Nah.
he couldn't even throw himself off of it?
he was rolling with it, and then he was just laying out, and I don't know what's, you know what I'm saying? So I just, doop.
Yeah.
And I called and started walking down, and I just started seeing, I seen blood everywhere. I'm like, look at these
I
fools.
see him. I see him, and I'm like, I need to fucking pull, to shade him. Like, that's all I could think of was, like, just to shade him. Because when I got down on the ground, I'm like, it's fucking
Yeah.
hot. It's hot.
That's why I seen the hat in the middle of the street. I didn't know if it was his or not, but
Yeah,
then
just
I asked
something.
him, like, this your hat? He was like, and I was like, did you have a hat on? He was like, yeah. I was like, all right. So I just stuck it under his head because I know that shit burning. Plus he had gashes on it, so I know that was,
He
with
had, like,
the heat.
3, huh?
Yeah,
Like
he had
3.
3 in the front, and he had 1 in the back.
Oh, so 4, because I
He-
thought I seen only 2 and then 1 in the back.
Nah, it was like, there were like 3 right across the
3,
forehead,
huh?
and then 1 in the back for sure, and then 1 on the side. And I don't know what was really with his face, but it was blood
Yeah,
there
it
too,
was-
and then his
it was, like,
eye and
coming
shit.
down,
Yeah.
like, in his eye.
So I was like, I don't know, that was crazy. I was just like, y'all need to hurry up because he gonna lose a lot of blood, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then when you said he was diabetic, I'm like, oh,
yeah,
they can't lose
my
too much
biggest
blood.
Fear is like if it doesn't heal right or something.
Yeah.
It's all like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No problem,
though.
no problem,
What's
no
your
problem. I'm Ivan.
name? Ivan?
Yeah.
Okay, Ivan. And you just live right here, right?
Yeah, right there.
Okay, cool.
So if y'all ever see me out or something, or if I see you guys out,
He'll probably
I'll
come
probably let
over
him know. Yeah.
and see what's up later on when he gets out.
Shit. Even if not, I was just glad I was there to help. You know.
Yeah, thank you. Oh
sure.
my god. Well, hopefully he has his phone. As I looked at it, I was looking like I couldn't look in his pockets, obviously, but I was like, hopefully he has his phone or.
He probably has it on him. Because it probably just didn't, you know, it probably didn't fly
He doesn't
out.
normally take nothing with him. And I'm just like, and I call and it doesn't ring.
Usually
I'm like,
he
what the
takes
hell?
his keys only.
It's cool,
Yeah.
yeah. We'll find it. Because I
Yeah.
need to get all the customers' numbers, man.
He probably has it on him,
Yeah.
if anything.
So,
Probably
I'm
because he
gonna
probably
go
got the
call
shorts.
hospital right
I
now.
think he
Which
had the
ones
shorts,
are
but
they
like
selling?
with the pockets on the side.
Yeah, the
So he probably has them on him.
Alright, thank you so much, Ivan.
For sure,
I'm
no problem.
Tiffany.
All right, Tiffany.
Alright.
All right, Isaac.
Alright.
You guys be safe, man. That's how they do. Quads. That's the one off, I think. Yellow one right there. Cause she said something about the owners. I don't even think that was his bike. Look at these. All day. That was little baby Gallo in the back. He stay right here. Rolling with the big boys. Oh, that's all them next door. So yeah, man. That's what go on around here, y'all. Dirt bike city around this motherfucker. That's how I like. What's happening?
Heard you saved somebody's life.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
Riding the quad. Busted his
In the dirt?
right here on the seat, at the corner right there. He flipped and rolled with the quad like 3 times. Bleeding everywhere. Busted his face open, busted his head open. It was real bad. He took it like a G though, you know, he was a big dude, so he was like, I'm alright, the ground is just hot. But once the adrenaline kicked down and shit, he started feeling it, he started shaking and shit. I'm like, oh, he might start seizing or something, you know? So I was already on the phone with the ambulance, so they could come and get him.
His squad was done?
His quad. No, I rode it back to his house for him. Not rode it, but like I pushed it. So the police wouldn't take it. But she said they came and took pictures of it anyway. So, you know, they got to go to the people's house, whatever happened. But he was laying there for a little minute, bleeding out. So they told me how to stop the bleeding. I told the next person, go get a towel, you feel me? We gonna stop this bleeding for this man. Long story short,
Why you sitting in the car?
I'm about to smoke. I can smoke after you done talking. You done?
Mm-hmm. I just wanted to ask you that she said something.
That's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like a real saving his life, but if I wouldn't have called, you know what I'm saying, it could have been, something could have happened. Turning bleeding.
From the deep to the yeah, we straight. That's weird.
What?
He crashed.
Man.
Oh, she made lasagna, you know that?
Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna get off this live. I think I'm gonna post it. Or I'm gonna save it to my phone. Probably make a little video and put it on YouTube. I would have recorded him on the ground, but I didn't want to do that. I would rather them, you know, get better. I mean, like, get help before somebody try to, you know, call the ambulance first. I be hating that. You see a nigga dying, they just recording them. They're like, hey, get off your phone and call the police. All right, whatever, though. So I'm going to come back in a minute.